does this continue or a new one? Let's just check. Okay, I think it's working or not. Just okay, it's started a new form. Just let me check. Okay, so we have started a new session. I think the last session just got disconnected because there was a power cut, so no issue. So this is the continuations of that. I thought we will be able to see the something that profile untitled. Why this is untitled? Okay, studio. Okay, let's see. No issue. I was thought we got disconnected, so we will be continuing this. No issue. So here we got what we have got is computed, but we are unable to. Okay. So let ENS equals to answer, and after that we can see console.log ENS. So here we can see the computed and the actual version. So if ANS, okay, so why we don't see the ANS, the both of the thing computed, we are only seeing the computed. What we can see is output side effect log computed return 16s, does not log computed. Okay, so let's just try this. If we do this time, both time, we will seeing only the computed version, but we want to see 16 also. It's not returning the answer 16. It's goes here and stop here, not returning the 16. Why it is so? Okay, so let's understand the program. Memorize. Okay, memorizer create a functions, memorize functions that takes a heavy computational functions and return a cached version of it. Subsequent calls with the same argument must return the cached instead of recalculating. Memorize functions, return functions. Okay, it's returning the functions and they're calling these functions and receiving this value and putting here. So output side effect. Okay, output is call logs computed return 16s, does not log computed return 16 from the cache. But how can we maintain a cache here? How can we maintain a cache here? Let me think about it. Cache means it's storing somewhere, so we are storing answer. It so we can do like this: if v is not equals to console.log, if we call this function, so what we will be getting a value is not a function. If we call this okay, we got a both thing, compute. See, computed, nan computed. I want to see this print here. So what I can see, nan is print here, not an a number. function is not an a number. So what does this function hold? Function is a square. Okay, so square, we are getting a square. And here we are getting a closures value. Does we getting computed? Yeah, we are getting computed without also. So what is the answer will be getting here? So if we pass the func and there but what, let's call here v, can we get anything? No, we got an error. So here we only get the square function print here, so it doesn't work here. So we are working this under this closure. So here it's not worth it. But here we got a value of let v, which we are passing on this function that we got as a parameter. In a parameter we got these functions, which means square. In that square we are passing the value of n here. Okay, l, which is we passing from this. So passing this n, and it will giving the computed only. So what we can do here is see, here we got computed, but now I want console.log answer ans. You can see 16 we are getting computed and 16. Okay, so if we return just answer, then we didn't get the 16 because answer is not coming. Okay, memorize the function square return m. Side effect output is a return 16 logs computed return 16. Okay, does not log computed return 16 from the cache. Okay, we are confused little bit. Yeah, it's working fine, I think so, because as per the questions it's log computed and return 16, and it logs computed return 16 from the cache, but we didn't get the cache, right? What it is about it, how we got the 16? If we console.log, then we got a 16. Okay, so if I memorized 4 instead of 5, then what we got? Computed, but we didn't get the answer, right? If we console log, it got answer because it's executing this only. What is the issue? Let's ask Google for better understanding. We have solved this question like this. Explain me in short response in ELI5 what are we lacking here? In short, you are lacking a memory map, the cache, and a logic check. Okay, right now your inner function just act as a middleman. It takes the number, immediately forces function v do the heavy work and passes the answer back. Completely forgot the answer moment it finishes. Okay, what is ELI5? The notebook, the cache. You need an object inside the inner function. Okay, here we need an object to pass down. Look of a check. Okay, before doing any math, the function must check the notebook. If answer is already written down, return it instantly and stop. the logger. If the answer isn't in the notebook, do the math, write it down in the notebook and then return it. Your current code: memorize square, calculate 4 into 4, print, compute it. Memorize square, against, calculate it. Prints, computed it again. 4, calculated, prints, computed again. Okay, so and how does the actual output looks? Okay, computed, run, which means call the same argument as one. Okay, so we got a hint from the Google, so which means we have to solve it. Google wants you practice and you solve it. Okay, we need an object. How we will use the object here? I doesn't know how to use this. How we figure it out? What is missing is here the notebook, which means the cache. You need an object outside the inner function. Write down functions to inner function outside the inner function. Okay, here we got a object. Let obj equals to new object. Okay, we haven't created an object. Inner functions, which are the inner functions, to write down the past answer. Okay, so what we got? Answer. Okay, we got answer. So let's store this answer. Let's obj ans equals to function, and that he like this we have been called. Okay, so what we got? Console.log ans. Okay, not ans, obj. Let's see now. Answer is not defined. Okay, this is the answer. Okay, we got answer 16, and we will be return object.ans. So now we will be get okay, we are returning an object.answer, right? Okay, instead of like this, we can go with a bracket notation. It will be work fast. ans is not defined. Why should it return an object? It should be return an single value, right? Okay, return answer. Before doing any max, the function must check the notebook. If answer is already written down, return it instantly and stop. The logger, if the answer isn't in the notebook, do the max write down in the notebook and then return. Let's think about it more. We got an object, right? Okay, before doing the math. Okay, before calling the function, we have to check does which means okay, so we have to store like this, not like answer. We have to store v equals to the function of v, right? So let's just check. We got this 4, and 4 answer is 16. So we have to check if object dot v, if object dot v not like this, object dot has something dot has we are in the object. We have learned in the last session something object dot has occur. We are having has occur v. So let's just check this out. Does this work? I remember in the last session we have discussed this like this something we are having. So has occur, if token, okay, something is broken, if, okay, let's just instead of, okay, we got syntax error. Has occur is not a function. Occur in objects in JS we have like a method called has occur or else. I think I remember something like has own. Okay, has own. It has a method has own. I just forgot has own. OWN. O occur similar like kind of has own. Okay. Okay. If a dot has own object dot is not a function. Why? Because I have calling the okay like this. Object dot has own. Can you explain how this is work? Greet. User, okay, so we have to pass the object as well as our finding things. Okay, like this we use this thing has own. Okay, false. Okay, so it will be checked like this. So if object dot has own, we will pass this and this. If it is true, then it will be return object comma v, else it will be return, else not it will be return, it will be for save cache. How it will say object and v is equals to function and it will be called v here. After that it will be return, okay, at the end we have to return object and v, return object and v. Let's just clear all this. We're just putting the console.log object. Okay, we have put in the 2, line number 17 we have put in the 2 return. Okay, false, computed, but why it has false? If it doesn't have, then object.v console.log comma obj v. Why didn't we got answer? I think we were mistaken something or forgot it. Object dot has own object comma v. In that we are having something like this. See, false, computed false. Okay. If object dot had obj, why doesn't it save? We didn't get anything, but we check here. It is safe first of all. 14. If it is not this is else. This is else. Let's see. This is else. Okay. So if we call this instead of okay, let's call this again. Okay. Now what we can see here, this is else and true. We got only true, which means this not working here. We are returning object.v, right? Instead of that, what we can do is object, let's see what this means. Console dot log obj v obj v. Let's clear this. We are getting compute definitely. After that, this 16 25, we got the value 1625, but unable to see in the, this is log. I want to see this in the return statement. This is log. Let's just see. This is log. Yeah, right. You can see this is log. And true false, we don't need to see this anymore. See, computed 416. This is a log. This is a log. So what we can do is object dot v undefined. This is okay. Yeah, it doesn't exist because dot notations doesn't see that. And this is log, right? What we can see is here, let ans equals to object dot v. Okay, and let's come this, let's cut this and paste here, and here this ans. What we can see is ans 16 is a log, and now we passing as a 16. And okay, this remove this 16. We didn't see this. This is something little crazy, I think so. Okay, we are not able to see the ans. Why we can't able to see the ans? Object let ans equals to nothing, and we are saying that ans equals to object and v. If it is like this, ans equals to object and v. Okay, and after that we are just return ans. Now I just want to see console.log ans comma object. So what we can see is computed 4,16. We got a 16. Second, we got, okay, first we this is a log. This is a log. Yeah, hello brother, nice to meet you. So we are just following. This is a log, this is a log, this is log. We are unable to print the answer, but why this is? I think we have to console.log this thing, because it's returning the n and it's unable to print. Does not log compute, it returns the cache. Okay, when we have this will not log. Yeah, you can say this is not compute. Here you can't see the compute, you just see the log. See, again if I just do the memorize run, you can see no. But if we see and pass 3 thing, you can see here, you can see compute. Yeah, at least we have completed. I think so. This is the how the function works. The memorizer create function, memorizer works here. Let's just do certain thing. Okay, Okay. We have to here console.log, and in that we have to pass this thing console.log. Okay, so let's copying this and pasting this, calling 5, and here calling 3. So now you can see computed, corrected. And now I will be just copying it again here and paste here. So you can see not here, after 4, so there will be 3 computed and 4 output. See, 3 1 2 3 computed and 4 output, which means the second time when we call the memorize square 4, it didn't compute, which means it didn't run this program. But it used the object as a cache and do the operations and give the answer. So what we need actually to do, we have been asked a memorizer create a function, memorize the functions that takes a heavy computation function and returns a cached version of it. Subsequent calls and the same argument must be written cached result instead of recalculating. Okay, so what we have done, we have been create a memorizer function in which we have been use a closure. This is a closure. First we have create a function, normal function. In that we call that function and pass some argument. In the argument we passed a function which is computing some kind of a calculation. Here you can see some computed and calculating a function. After calculating this function, it's called the closure thing. In the closure we got a value from where we passed, and in that we also created a object. For this we got a help from the Google. We just see some missing element, so Google has given a tip, note with the cache. So let's just check the answer. Does this is correct? Let's see what does Google. Yes, your code is 100% correct. It has successfully fixes the problem and perfectly satisfied. So yeah, we have been, you can persist cache, proper check, skip calculation, memorization, a tiny pro tip for interview. Okay, so we got a tip from the Google. Your code is excellent, but you can make it shorter and cleaner by removing the empty string initializations as own in a okay, this function is can shorter hand also. What we have been done, return function let answer. Okay, created if object dot has. We can also do this in loop. Okay, is directly check does v in. If the v is not in the object, calculate it and save it first. Okay, so this is a shorthand property that optimized version has done, and like this we have been a little brute force, we have done this. Okay, this was cool. So see this, let's just see. Okay, so today we have been understanding the memorize thing. Okay, so we will be continuing tomorrow with the other thing also, like private state. I think we should can we bookmark this or something like this? We have a new thread. Okay, share new thread. Okay, just sharing this thing for remember next time. Okay, I have been copied these questions, and we will continue with these questions tomorrow live. Meet you soon. Okay, so have a nice day. Love to see you tomorrow.